Okay, so today's problem is a 2003 Dodge Ram 1500 four-wheel drive crew cab. It's in for a safety, and as one of the problems is we have no horn. Now I've tested the fuse 45 in the totally integrated power module, and the fuse is good. Now the way the horn works on this vehicle is that the horn input on the horn switch here is an input to the instrument cluster, also referred to as a cabin compartment node. The instrument cluster then communicates across the PCI bus to the front control module beside the TIPM, and it turns the horns on through an integrated relay in the integrated power module or front control module. Now I went into output test with the scan tool and I attempted to command the horn on, and you don't hear the relay in the front control module clicking. As I said, I already confirmed the fuse is good. So I suspect it's a problem with the front control module, but I'd really like to test the clock spring and the switch. Now, because it's an input to the instrument cluster, one would think that there would be a data parameter in the instrument cluster indicating the status of the horn. Using the Snap-on scan tool, I could not find that available in the data list. But with this MaxiSys scan tool that I have currently hooked up here, we can see the horn switch, the status of the horn switch, and right now it says open. And I'm going to press the horn switch. Go back to the scan tool here, and you can see when I press the horn switch changes to closed. So this is data inputs and outputs for the instrument cluster. That one test just saved me removing the instrument cluster and physically confirming that I've got a voltage change on the appropriate wire to the instrument cluster, and that data parameter did not appear to be in the Snap-on scan tool. So we're going to stop this recording and have a look at the Snap-on scan tool data. Okay, so now we're back on this 03 Dodge Ram 1500 four-wheel drive. I'm in the Snap-on scan tool. I've auto ID'd it. I'm going to have a look at the data list. Go into the front control module to the BCM. See if there's any codes. Active codes, and we have no active codes. Stored codes, we have a wiper park switch performance code. I was playing with the output controls on the wiper, and I think that's why it set that code. So not related to my problem. I'll clear that code out for now. Continue. Now if I go into the data display for the front control module, the body module, it's extremely limited. There's no status of the horn. We got backup light switch, we got ambient temperature, position of the wipers, battery voltage, and washer fluid level. That's really lame for a data list, but that's all we get. Whether there's more or not, I'm not sure. So I'm going to exit this data list, and as I said, the horn switch is an input to the instrument cluster, so we'll have a look at the instrument cluster. So here's instrument cluster, and we'll check it, see if there's any codes in the instrument cluster. Active, no active codes. Stored codes, no stored codes. So nothing to suggest a problem with the horn. Let's have a look at data. So we'll start down this side here and see if we see the horn listed anywhere in here. High beam indicator, transmission temperature indicator, exterior lamps, reverse, frontal indicator, four-wheel drive indicator, ignition volts, driver's lock, passenger door lock, turn hazard, paddle lamps, low coolant, low fuel, door ajar, left turn indicator, and that's pretty much it. Where's the horn? And with no input, which it is an input to the instrument cluster, with no data parameter to view, it makes diagnosing this horn problem, again, which I believe to be a TIPM problem. As we all know, the problems with the TIPMs in these trucks. Still, it would certainly help if the scan tool would actually display all the available data parameters. Okay, we're doing a little bit more checking on this 03 Dodge Ram 1500 four-wheel drive. Got the MaxiSys scanner on here looking at data parameters into the instrument cluster. As I mentioned before, the horn switch input is missing. but so is the brake switch, so is passenger door, left rear door, right rear door, driver's seat belt, park brake switch. All of those inputs are non-existent in the Snap-on Scan Tool data list for the instrument cluster. Here is the data list, and I've tried IDing this as a model year newer just in case it made a difference, but it didn't. So you can see, even if we were trying to diagnose a door ajar switch problem or even a brake light circuit problem, because the brake switch is an input to the instrument cluster and then it's PCI bus to the front control module from there, that data doesn't show up in the front control module data list. So you need to see that data in the instrument cluster data list in order to check inputs versus outputs. So Snap-on, you need to fix the missing data parameters.